Ha ha. Y'all hear me? What it do, YouTube, man? Had to come in this bed. Yeah, man, we live, man. We live and direct. Talk about that. NBA. Yeah, man, but as we already know about the Celtics, are you NBA champs? Um, defeated the Dallas Mavericks in 5 games. And yeah, history is made. Boston get their 18th championship, which makes it the most by any team. They passed the Lakers. Which is funny because Laker fans the Lakers are in shambles right now. And they can't even find an NBA coach. But yeah, man, Boston Celtics NBA champs. Uh, they deserve it, rightfully so. Well, I guess you could say they deserve it since the NBA already had it planned that they were going to win. But yeah, you got it was just better, more superior team than Dallas. There was no excuses for Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown to not get the job done. They were better than everybody on paper, whatever you want to say. They were miles better than everybody. And it is what it is. But Jalen Brown, he's the MVP, Finals MVP, and the Boston Celtics. They were the best team all year, pretty much. They dominated from start to finish NBA season. And you can't give them that. You gotta give them that credit. You gotta give them the credit. You know, usually when a team does dominate the season, pretty much they end up winning. They end up winning. So, well, Boston has a lot of depth. Boston has a lot of depth, a lot of key pieces. Help them contribute to winning the championship. The Drew Holidays, the Derek Whites, Porzingis. Well, Porzingis played and didn't really do much other than game one. Yeah, that good game one to start out the series. But yeah, anyways, all those guys were key contributors in the Boston Celtics winning this championship. And man, they got the job done. Boston finally got Jason Tatum. Finally got over the Jaylen Brown. Tatum and Jaylen Brown finally got over the hump. Um, it was good that it was good that the Celtics didn't trade neither one of them, despite the media trying to put them against each other. The media was doing a lot of that, trying to paint them against each other. As far as comparing them to say who's better and I don't know all that stuff that the media always does, man. To two brothers, let's just say two brothers, because they don't do that to nobody else. They don't do that to the other. They don't do that to the other skin players if they got to do well with each other. You notice they don't do that with those players, but um, yeah, the Boston Celtics completely dominated this season, and answered the call, man. They answered the call. They answered the critics. Who doubted them? Which I don't think people too much doubt. I don't think it was a doubt. I just think people don't really like Boston like that. There's nothing really to like about the Celtics. They're them winning championships. That's the only thing really, you know, that you can really respect about the Celtics is they have a winning culture. But other than that, I mean, nobody really likes the Celtics like that. Nobody really likes the Celtics like that. The reason it was doubt that the Celtics couldn't get the job done because the Celtics, with their team and the talent that they already had, you would think they would have been had a championship by now. But like It's gonna eventually happen. So they have to pretty much every decade at least they gonna have the NBA is they gonna throw the Lakers or the Celtics at least one or two championships. Because those are the big market teams. Those are the most popular teams. Those are the teams with the most fans. Those are the teams that bring the money in. So, the NBA is gonna find a way to. They were gonna find a way to throw the Boston Celtics a championship or the Lakers. Well, in 2020 they did with the Lakers. Either one of those teams, every pretty much every decade has won the championship. And that's just what it is. It's just how how it works. Can't be mad. Well, that's why they went and got Porzingis and Drew Holiday, man. That's why they went and got them dudes. That put them over the hump. They had to do something that was gonna put them over the hump because Boston wasn't winning with what they had. They saw that Boston wasn't winning with what they had, so they said, "Oh no, we ain't gonna break y'all up. We promise y'all the championship. We gonna make sure y'all get one." And so who they do what they do? Okay, Porzingis, he's with the Wizards. You know he probably ain't finna stay with the Wizards too long. Drew Holiday, the Milwaukee Bucks, who by the way just decided to throw Drew Holiday under the bus by trading him and gutting their team, messing up their chemistry for Dame Lillard. Messing, dang, the whole time the value was down. But anyway, the Milwaukee Bucks gutted their team, which was kind of like stupid to trade Drew Holiday because Drew Holiday weren't the reason. Even though people want to say that he got cooked or try to throw out that narrative that he got cooked by Jimmy Butler, they really thought that he was the reason or the scapegoat, as they say, as to why the Milwaukee Bucks, lost against Miami last year in that first round. You know, yeah, it's a lot of the Milwaukee Bucks, man. They thought they were gonna, it was gonna be all peaches and creams when they got Damian Lillard. Everybody was like, "Oh, Damian Giannis," not realizing that Drew Holiday was a big reason why they won the championship. One of the main reasons why they won the championship. What he brings to a team is just he puts the icing on the cake for a team, especially if especially if they are already established. Even the Bucks, even though they weren't winning championships, they were already established as a team, as a really, really good team before Drew Holiday came. Getting Drew Holiday just put the icing on the cake. Just like the Celtics. Celtics were already established team who got to the finals already. Team who's been, in deep playoff runs. And all they did was just add Drew Holiday, and that put the icing on the cake right there. Easy. Now you got your championship. That's all they had to do. Get rid of you replace Marcus Smart. You replace Marcus Smart and Robert Williams for Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Motherfucker, you should win the championship 9 times. And a team is going to at least win the championship 80 out of 100 times, nigga. The reason I say that 80 is because Porzingis, his health is questionable. But they didn't even need him just because. They didn't even need Porzingis to win the championship because they already added Drew Holiday to the pieces that they already had, and guys like Derek White that they already have. So they too much didn't need him, especially considering they were playing against Dallas Mav, who really only had Luka, Kyrie, had lesser talent than the Boston Celtics outside of Luka and Kyrie. And if you want to throw the the rising rookie, Derek Lively in there, you can do that. But outside of them two, Luka and Kyrie wasn't going to beat the Boston Celtics. Wasn't enough to beat the Boston Celtics. Let's just call it what it is. Even though they could have played a lot better than what they played, Luka and Kyrie at their best wouldn't have beat the Boston Celtics. They wouldn't have beat the Boston Celtics. Maybe it would have extended the series, even though they won one game. They at least won another game, but at their best, Boston was just a way better team, more superior. Checked all the boxes. And it was a bad matchup, too. It was a bad matchup for us. I know people like to troll. People like to troll when niggas teams lose, but they team. But when they team lose, they be nowhere to be found. And they make all type of excuses, but nigga, we here 10 toes down, nigga. Win, lose, or draw, nigga, we here. We don't duck no smoke. We don't duck no smoke. We don't duck no smoke at all. Win, lose, or draw, nigga, we here. Niggas team lose, they get swept. They make all the excuses in the world, man. But yeah, and shout out to Joe Mazzulla, who everybody, who a lot of people, including Celtics fans. This how you know the Celtics had so much talent that they just couldn't lose. Celtics fans were ready to crucify. They were ready to crucify Joe Mazzulla if he did win this championship. They were ready to get rid of that man and destroy that dude. They were really ready to destroy him. Celtics fans were. But they have no choice but to praise him. And give him his praise now because they got a championship. They're ready to crucify him. Trust and believe that. They didn't believe in Joe Mazzulla. They didn't think he can get the job done. Yeah, they didn't believe in Joe. You know, you gotta feel sorry for Ime Udoka, man. Ime Udoka. This could have been Ime Udoka championship, bro. As a matter of fact, Ime would probably have a championship already. But yeah, like I was saying, Ime Udoka should have a championship with the Boston Celtics. Probably would have won last year. Even though the Denver Nuggets had a deep team last year, but he made with that team last year definitely ain't losing to no Miami Heat, and definitely would have been up no 3-0. I mean, down 3-0 because he would have been on their ass. Boston was fucking around last year. Now, Boston was messing around last year. But, you know, NBA NBA had to find some way and get rid of Udoka. Especially after they lost against the Warriors. They had to find someone is always the scapegoat, yeah. Someone is always the scapegoat. It's just no way he made. It's just no way. I don't care what nobody say, but it's just no way that Ime is not winning with this same team, bro. Ime and Udoka would have won with this same team, bro. For sure. For sure. But I can see why the Boston Celtics fan. Rare on Mazzulla's helmet, but he didn't do a bad job, though. That's what people would think what people would say. They were acting like he was just another Steve Nash or something. They were acting he was another Steve Nash. I can tell Sweezy ass. Sweezy, if you hear a nigga coming, hit them. You a Boston fan. Yeah. Phone with Sweet. T Sweet Just Win, baby. Y'all go subscribe to Just Win, baby. Podcast, man. Big Boston Celtics fan. Big Boston Celtics fan. T Sweet didn't know what he be talking about. Yeah, trying to get T Sweezy to come up, but he said I'm gonna do something later. So yeah, but Boston Celtics, man, the NBA champs, they rightfully so deserve it. There's nothing more than nothing less to really say. I don't really want to talk about my Mavs right now. I actually want to talk about the Mavs, but I want to do it in another video because I feel like we didn't. This was a successful season for my Dallas Mavs. This was a successful season, in my opinion, and to a lot of Mavs fans. If you are a Mavs fan, and not, I'm not talking about the Kyrie stands. I'm not talking about the Luka stands. I'm talking about strictly if you are a Mavs fan. You shouldn't be mad. And I know a lot of my Mavs fans out there are not really. They're not really. They feel like this season was a success because nobody really expected us to get to the finals. Um, Despite Luka and Kyrie playing the way that they did in the finals, they were still one of the main reasons, you know, and were the two best players in this postseason. Uh, as far as when you look at just the numbers and you know overall they were definitely top 10. Those guys together, I wouldn't say the best per se in this whole playoffs because you had a lot of I can't discredit a lot of guys what they were doing when they were in the postseason. Guys like SGA, and Ant Man, and all those guys had a phenomenal run. Even though they didn't advance far, but still they were um, they were playing phenomenal basketball. Um, even Jalen Brunson had a really good playoffs run this season. Yeah, even Jalen Brunson. But like I said, it's no shame in losing to the. If you're a Mavs fan, man, it's no shame in losing to the Boston Celtics. They were the best team, literally the best team in the league, the best team all year. Um, yeah, they were just better than everybody, bro. Like we gotta call it what it is. We gotta be real with ourselves. Man. stop trying to paint narratives that don't need to be painted, you know, on players. It was their year. It was bound for it to happen. And we just have to salute those guys because those guys played wonderful basketball all year. And didn't let the noise on the outside end affect the team chemistry or what they had going on. And they're just class acts. Well, all right, they showed championship DNA, a lot of championship DNA with the Boston Celtics. And they just delivered the goal. They delivered. They delivered, man. They delivered. They delivered. And now you have future Hall of Famers. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. And all the noise can stop because they are the champs. I know Jason Tatum get a lot of rep, which is rightfully so, because a lot of Tatum fans does try to put him on the pedestal that he is a top five player in the league. I will say that Jason Tatum has been the top five player in the league. I don't know where that narrative comes from that he ain't no top five player in the league. Jason Tatum is a top five player in the league, whether people like it or not. Whether people like the way he plays, whether people like the way his mentality is, he's been there for a couple years, in my opinion. Uh, in my opinion, and yeah, he made multiple All NBA teams, All NBA first teams, I think. Um, got a championship. I mean, his resume, maybe outside of Giannis and Jokic, his resume, outside of them two, as far as the young dudes, is the best. Is one of the three. Jason Tatum resume is one of the best in the game as far as like one of the young players, a player that's under the age of 30 for sure, because he is 26. But for him to have those accomplishments, a lot of guys didn't have that at his age. They didn't have the championships. They don't have. I mean, they don't have it. They don't have the championship. They don't have the All NBA team. They don't. So when we look at that from a lens, we have to really give that man his credit. You know, uh, what if he get another one? What if he get another one and win the MVP this time? And win the MVP of the league. What if Jason Tatum win the MVP? He wins the regular season MVP and the finals MVP. And of course the Magic. What is the Larry Bird MVP? Is the Larry Bird MVP or yeah? I mean he already won one, but He won one last year. Jalen Brown, this year. And make another NBA team. Like, we be talking about this dude. His resume. He does all that, win the finals MVP, win the regular season MVP and the finals MVP. I mean, despite, I mean, like, it'll be, you can't really like criticize the dude no more. Like, you can't really paint the narrative on him like we do, honestly. But man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. There ain't nothing too much to speak on, man. We know who the champs is. We know who the top dogs is right now. Yeah, we know who the top dogs is, man. The Boston Celtics. And there's nothing more, nothing less he said about that team. Shout out to them dudes. Shout out to them dudes. Uh, we'll see what happens next season. Looking forward to the off-season drama. Y'all know how that comes. And we'll be covering that. And man, we'll be covering that. All that good stuff. And man, what a season it was. Season is over. Enough. People were like, "Oh, the finals is boring and all this bull crap." Me overall, I thought this was a good overall season. Even in the playoffs, I thought the playoffs was great. We had some great matchups, um, especially in that first round. Man, you know, NBA could be better than what it is, but at this point, bro, we just gotta wait and see what happens. Wait and see what happens, man. And yeah, man. I'm finna go and get out of there, man. Shout out to the Boston Celtics, man. Shout out to the Boston Celtics for winning that championship. And make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, share this live if you can, and yeah, man, do all that, man. Share the live, man. Subscribe, hit that like button, and man, we finna get out of here, man. Finna get out of here. I'm out. Gang, gang.